Well, there's a lot going on with the Vols fan base right now, and we're going to kind of talk about that, but my gosh, we're so ungrateful, man. So ungrateful. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Vols Rundown. I am your host, Micah McCamey, and we have a decent amount to get into today. Honestly, I thought the Tennessee football news would finally start dying down, and we would be able to focus on Tennessee basketball, and I would be able to more zone in on that, talk about some of the plays that are being drawn up and talk about the games more and stuff. And obviously I'm going to talk about Tennessee basketball more in this episode than I do Tennessee football, but my gosh, what on earth has happened over the past couple of weeks? Like, I feel like that the whole trajectory of the Vols program has changed because of a single transfer student. Obviously, I don't feel that way. It's just that the rest of the fan base seems to feel that way after seeing who entered the transfer portal. So we can get right on to today's episode, but first off, got to give a shout out to the Lady Vols. They just scored their 7th 100-point game this season. That is an all-time Lady Vols record. Dude, Kim Caldwell, I know I keep on saying that almost every week, but it's just true. She's got that program rolling right now, and I'm very excited to see what they do just even in the next few months, but I'm really excited to see what she does as the Lady Vols head coach in her tenure, at least as long as she's with us. Just very excited to see that. But anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way because it is a big thing about Vol sports. And of course, whenever something big is happening in a Vol sport that's not football, basketball, or I guess baseball now, it's still baseball because, again, I'm still trying to figure out how to cover off-season stuff with that. Whenever it's outside of those three sports and something else big happens and something else, then I will be inclined to mention it on here, all right? Just wanted to let y'all know. But anyway, we got to get into today's episode, starting out with Tennessee football. Okay, so let me paint you a picture real quick. Okay, on Saturday night, we think, okay, nobody's going to hit the portal. We're going to be all right. Nothing's going to happen that's going to be too severe. Nico's not leaving. It doesn't look like Mike Matthews is going to leave. And I was able to go to sleep soundly and thinking, hey, nothing's happening. Nothing's going to happen. We're going to be all right. But then I wake up at like 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm getting ready for church, and I look on my phone, and I see Mike Matthews hit the transfer portal. What? Like, I don't know where on earth that came from, honestly. Like, I know that there were some rumors spreading around, like, really late at night whenever I was looking last I checked on Twitter, but, like, I did not think for a second that that was actually going to happen. I thought that it was more people just making up rumors like Nico did, like Ricky Gibson did in some ways. Like, I thought that, it was just kind of a way to troll the fan base and put fear into them, but Mike Matthews had hit the transfer portal, and everybody was just, the sky is falling, we don't have any receivers, and just everything just seemed like it was just going horrible and going to crap, Like, but then we get a report later on in the day that apparently Mike Matthews jumped in mostly just because of the fact that he felt like, hey, I feel like Nico's going to transfer, so I'm just going to jump in. If Nico transfers, then we're going to the same school. But they didn't, and he also probably did it for an NIL power move. So now from what I've been hearing, they've just been negotiating an NIL deal to keep him of all, and it's still Monday. I am recording this a couple of hours before it goes out, and I have not seen a single thing about if Mike Matthews is actually in the transfer portal and he's really gone, or if he is staying a Tennessee Vol. It's really tough right now, honestly, but I'm going to tell you this, if I had to take a guess, I know that one of the insiders over at On3 said that it's most likely that he's going to be gone. But if we're pushing this hard for Zachariah Branch, something tells me that could bring Mike Matthews back. Not as in like, it doesn't mean that he would be the clear-cut receiver one, but he would have another receiver to bounce off of and play with. Remember, we did this last year with the DB's room. We literally lost almost our entire DB room, and we completely replaced it overnight. And let's just say that ended up paying dividends. Now, did it kind of get exposed in the Ohio State game? Kind of. But I still don't think that is a really fair comparison. Not because of the fact that it didn't get exposed in the Ohio State game, but because I felt like that Tim Banks was not in his bag at all that night. And if we would have shown more blitzes, then I think that secondary would have performed significantly better. And I'm hoping that Tim Banks learns that. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dude that's just sitting in his bedroom talking about Vols football. But anyway, speaking of Zachariah Branch, it did come out today, and I'm very happy that I decided to record this today, that we're making a late push for Zachariah Branch. And here's the thing, okay, how do we get him? Just pray that he makes it to January. Not as in, like, he's going to die in January or anything, but, like, just pray that he'll decide to wait until January to make a decision, and that we'll have a chance to even bring him in for a visit, because dude, he would be such a big get for this Vols program. And that would change the trajectory of our receiver core, quite honestly. I would absolutely love to see him, Mike Matthews, was it Brian Staley, I think is what his name is. I can't remember. I think it's Brian or Braylon. But anyway, Chris Brazzell, Boo Carter, I just want to see that receiver core just rain havoc and shut every single person up that says that this offense is too gimmicky to make it in the SEC. Like, my gosh, I would really love to see that. But that leads me to a question. What's going on? Like, I'm so confused. Mike Matthews entered the portal. Now he may be coming back. We weren't in the Zachariah Branch sweepstakes, but now apparently we are potentially making a big push for him. I have no clue what's happening right now. Like, it's been reported that we're making a, quote, big swing on him. Not too sure what that means, but hey, I'm very excited to see how that works out. Overall, I'm interested, to say the least. I'm interested to see what Mike Matthews does. I'm interested to see if Zachariah Branch gives us a shot. And I'll tell you this, though. If we do lose Mike Matthews and don't get Zachariah Branch back, I think we need to start having questions about our receiver coach. Not saying that he is horrible or anything, but it is a little fishy whenever you lose almost all of your receivers in one season. Like, I feel like it's really hard for a receiver coach to do something like that. And honestly, I would rather and if he ends up, getting fired or something, just bring in the bag and go get that other dude back that developed Hyatt and Tillman and those guys, because Pope is not doing as much as we've hoped for. But anyway, we got to move on to the next subject. Tennessee basketball. We beat MTSU. We did indeed do that. Yeah, this game was a lot closer than people were expecting it to be. I mean, I thought, MTSU, they have a good record, low-key talented, and I was thinking, okay, we're still going to beat them by like 20, but I wouldn't be shocked if they kept this game at least a little bit competitive. But I was not expecting that first half to go down by 6 or 4 going into the second half. Dude, they got themselves a little basketball team. Like, I think that could be a tournament team right there. I know how shocking that is, but for me to say, but I genuinely believe that they could do something big this year, at least with their basketball program, because, like, I don't know how else to describe it. They're just really stinking good. But anyway, getting off of that topic, though, Vols basketball, they started out a little rough, but they really picked it up in the second half, and I'm very happy to see that we got down, but we didn't stay down. Like, for goodness sake, Ohio State punched us in the mouth, and we didn't get back up in the football program. So I'm happy to see that our basketball program has some resilience, honestly. So anyway, let's take a look at some of the stats here. Lanier had another great game, 23-4, just absolutely balling the heck out right now. And I'm very happy to see him doing his thing. He's just raining it from downtown right now. Oh, man, he was probably... man, it's tough, right? Because, like, Dalton Connect, again, was insane for us. Absolutely insane. But Lanier has also been really, really good. Now, we do have to see how he does against actual competition, but as it stands right now, he has potential to be better than Connect. I know how crazy that sounds, but anyway. Yeah, no, Lanier could end up being pretty decent. Zakai Ziegler had 17 and 15 assists. Man, that dude was distributing the ball pretty well, I guess. He had back-to-back lobs at one point. I remember that. I guess he was just distributing the ball really well. He also had 17 points. If I had to take a guess, most of that was on layups and fouls, mostly just because he has not been raining it from downtown, to say the least. in the last couple of weeks, but still good game by him. It's what you want to see your veterans do. Meshack had 2 steals. Golly, I love Meshack. He put in a 3 at the very last second just for fun, just went straight through the hoop. Very happy to see that his 3 is still coming along. He's just such a great hustle player, and he's kind of helped the defense find its own identity. He is the perfect example of a Rick Barnes basketball player. He hustles, he goes for steals, and he's just overall very aggressive, which I think is exactly what Rick Barnes' style is. And honestly, I think that he is one of the biggest parts of this Vols program right now. And I know that people may think that that's insane, but like, I think it's true. I think he has done dividends for the culture building over the past couple of years. Anyway, Jordan Gainey had 2 blocks, not the scoring masterclass that he put up against Illinois, but 2 blocks is still 2 blocks. He had more than our big man did, and he had 1 more than Meshack did. Again, had 1 block as well. Usually, I don't expect to be talking about Jordan Gainey whenever I'm talking about blocks, but he still got a couple blocks, and that was just all I have to say about that. Okay, Igor Milicic had 12 rebounds. Golly, he is riding off of the fact that he gets boards right now because, like, he cannot do anything else for the life of him. Again, I think I said this last week, but he kind of reminds me of what I was like back in whenever I was playing in middle school. I was supposed to be a stretch big. I could hit the 3. I was fast, and I would get rebounds and put it back up. But I'm thinking I'm like Igor in that way where you expect me to hit 3s, but I just miss them whenever it comes game time. And sometimes I'm just not that great on the putback because I get a little scared of contact sometimes. But also, Igor does get a lot of rebounds, which is also something that I did. Again, obviously, if I played Igor in a 1v1, he would whoop my butt. Not trying to say that. I'm just saying that our play styles were similar. And again, Igor can still have a big night every now and again, so we can just put that out there. Overall, good game by all these guys, and we just need to keep on rolling. And whenever I say keep on rolling, we got to roll into our next game, Norfolk State. That's tomorrow. Am I worried about this game? No. Am I dreading the fact that I'm probably going to need to watch this game? Yes. Because, like, here's the thing. Norfolk State, it's not the fact that I'm dreading this game because I'm scared, oh, they're going to keep it competitive. No, it's because it's New Year's Eve, okay? Last time that we had a game before a national holiday, it was the most boring basketball game that you could watch. And I got a feeling that this is going to give off those vibes. Everybody's just trying to get through this game, go straight to New Year's Eve festivities, I don't know, go crazy on New Year's Eve or something like that. But, like, it's going to be so boring. Now, does that mean I'm worried about it? Heck to the no. We are going to crush Norfolk State. But again, I'm scared of it, honestly, because like I don't want to watch boring Tennessee basketball. Like I don't want to feel like I'm stuck in 2022, I believe is what it was. Yeah, 2022. Whenever we didn't have really like a big time scorer like Vescovy. Like Vescovy was inconsistent most of the time whenever he was playing that year, but again, still, I don't know. I just want to get this game over with as fast as possible. But anyway, that's today's episode. Yeah, no, there's a lot going on with the Vols right now, with the Vols basketball and football programs. Now, if I had to take a guess, judging by my luck, I'm going to get off of this recording and I'm going to look on my phone and I'm going to see either Matthews is officially in the portal or Matthews decided to stay with the Vols. Not too sure which one it's going to be, but we'll see. So I have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok all under the Vols Rundown. Some of y'all found me off of my short form content because I did the Dylan Sampson edit of his first touchdown and his last touchdown. I love it and I hate it at the same time. That one. But man, dude, I'm going to miss him. But anyway, that's going to do it all for me. This has been a rundown of your Tennessee Vols. I love y'all, and go Big Orange.